Is there really a God? This is a question that many people dare not ask due to fear. And when you do gain enough courage to ask your rabbis, kohans, imams, pastors, sheikhs, ministers, bishops, learned men, and the likes, all answer by saying, of course, just look around you, can't you see the works of God? Yet, when they say, look around, they are talking about flowers, and trees, things of nature. In one breath they will say that God is omnipotent, yet they say he is coming. So again I repeat, which is it? Is he everywhere or is he on his way? And if he is omnipotent, what about the tornadoes and earthquakes and floods and hurricanes that are taking lives of millions of people? Aren't they things of nature as well? What about the big picture? What about all of the things that are going on in the world once you step past all the pretty flowers? You and the Reverend both know that is not a reality and that you can't stand behind those flowers all day admiring its beauty. I say to these so-called ministers of truth, yes, look at the world around us, it is in total chaos. Let's address the conditions of the world and why the world is in the bad state that it is in. With all their preaching, khutbahs and sermons from Friday to Sunday, never once do they address the daily conditions of the world. The mistakes in creation, the misfits, the deformed, and the criminally insane. Can you please explain to the world why people are dying every day? Why there are diseases such as Ebola, dengue fever, AIDS, cancer, leukemia, etc. There are more diseases than there are cures. Why? Why are children born without vital organs? And if they survive, they go on a list waiting for another child to die so that they can take their organ. This is a cruel process. Why are there wars which are usually over territory and power? Why is there such a thing as power, which leads to corruption and greed? Why won't the creator of all of this just change all the evils of the world by simply waving the same hand that he used to create this world and wrote the 10 Commandments with? Exodus chapter 34 verse 1. And I could go on with the questions that your teachers will never answer. They try to stop you by making you feel guilty by saying, don't question God, that's blasphemy. Another point, if these people were in the presence of God as Yeshua, Jesus, is said to be, then they would have been very careful in what they wrote and would have made sure that the story was told the way it really happened because of their reverence and respect for God. If Yeshua, Jesus, was God to Paul, he would have been more careful and recorded exactly what was being said, because you're talking about the presence of God. When the Jews said to Yeshua, Jesus, in John chapter 10 verse 33, and I quote, the Jews answered him, Jesus, saying, for a good work we stone thee not, but for blasphemy, and because that thou being a man, makest thyself God, the hose, and this man, makest thyself God, the hose. And this was Jesus' answer. Jesus answered them, is it not written in your law, I said ye are gods, the hose? If he called them gods, the hose, unto whom of God, the hose, came, and the scripture cannot be broken. And this scripture that Yeshua, Jesus, referred to as not being able to be broken, he was quoting exactly from it. It's Psalm chapter 82 verse 6, and I quote, I have said ye are gods, Elohim, and all of you are children of the Most High Elohim.